be playing the Imperials today, and this list starts off with General Veers. General Veers has been upgraded with aggressive tactics. To his left there, he has his adjutant, Captain Verheim. She's been upgraded with strict orders. Got 3 units of special forces, so that's 2 large scout units with the Saboteur bomb thrower, and then 1 strike team with the bomb thrower with them as well. 40 units of stormtroopers. One of them has the HH-12 missile launcher, while the other 3 have DLT-19s. And then lastly, rounding out the list, we got 2 support choices with the Z-74 speeder bikes. Altogether, 795 points, 11 activations, ready to take on the rebels. We welcome for the first time on the channel Gary, and Gary is one of the best painters we have in our local Star Wars Legion community, carrying on the fine tradition of well-painted armies on the channel. Gary, what have you brought for us?
Today we have the rebels. We start with Leia with commanding presence and emergency stims. 2 sets of rebel troopers with the extra trooper, ion trooper, and frag grenades. We have 1 set of rebel veterans with a rebel officer upgrade and frag grenades. The Mark II medium blaster with a link targeting array. 2 sets of Taun Tauns, a 1.4 FD laser cannon, and a T-47 Airspeeder outer rim speed jockey with ground buzzer. And on the cannon, there is a barrage generator.
Okay, total points for this army is
797.
It looks like 9 activations to me. Sound about right? All right, let's have some fun. As the blue player, these are my condition cards, and we are all set. And I'm going to flip Sabotage and Moisture Evaporators. Generally plays to blue strengths, but Recover the Supplies is looming over me, and I don't want that one.
Well, I'm going to get rid of Disarray because starting from 2 sides is not always the best way.
As I alluded to, I'm going to get rid of Recover the Supplies. That's going to leave us on key positions.
Okay. Well, let's make things interesting. We'll go ahead and do some hostile environment.
Chris Peterson, that's for you. We're going to remember to play it.
Yes, we are.
So we got major offensive, key positions, and hostile environment. Let's get set up and ready to go. Before we go over deployment, let's take a quick look at the table. And what we have is a number of buildings. Those are all going to be heavy cover. These shacks with the red roofs are light cover, and you can see through those, so they're not going to block line of sight, but they will give you light cover. The roads, no in-game purposes. We have a couple of craters over the board. If you're in the crater, you gain light cover, but it's also difficult terrain. A couple of storage connexes back there will provide heavy cover, while those wooden fences are light cover. You also see a number of both ladders and stairs. We use those as clamor rolls where you don't have to roll for clamor. Lastly, we have 1 key position in the upper right hand corner for me, 1 very close to the center in that Sith hologram thing, and then 1 over here on the left on the tower. So Gary, you have deployed your forces. What are we looking at?
Well, we went ahead and moved Leia up close so she can get right into the action. Our veteran rebels with the blaster, 1 set of Tauns with our 2nd set over to the side. Our cannon and 1 set of regular troopers. On the other end would be the T-47 and the other set of troopers.
Okay, starting on the Imperial side, we have a trusty unit of stormtroopers on the left flank, another unit of stormtroopers supported by an Imperial officer behind the shack. We have a 1st unit of speeder bikes. Up here we have the HH-12 squad waiting to ambush a certain T-47 Airspeeder. They're supported by Veers. There's the 2nd set of speeder bikes there with a squad of stormtroopers on the ground. And then we got the scout strike team on the right, and then in front of them we have the 1st unit of full scouts and the 2nd unit of full scouts. Both of those have done their scout moves out of my deployment zone and are moving forward already. So with that, we are all set to play. Let's get to turn 1. Turn 1 is upon us, and having Veers, I felt the need to go with maximum firepower.
Well, we're going to go ahead and move a couple people around early.
I'll get some dodge tokens on some Taun Tauns, maybe. All right, here we go. The Imperials have put an order token on General Veers. That gains him a surge token, which will be good for defense. Probably won't come in handy this turn. And that's all I can do. Is over on your side, Gary, you did what?
Went ahead and assigned to our veterans here, which on coordinate assigns to our blaster as well. The second assignment went to the Taun Tauns. Everybody gets a speed 1 move because of No Time for Sorrows. On issue of an order, we get a dodge here. On issue of an order, we get an aim here. And anytime that Tauns move, they get a dodge.
Seems good. All right, Imperials have priority, so we're going to start over here with Veers. Veers is going to go ahead and give a aim token to this unit of speeders. This unit of stormtroopers, that is with the take aim, spotter 2 keyword, and then he is going to take an aim token himself, and then he's going to lurk all the way down the board at that T-47 and use his maximum firepower to try to put some damage on it early. Okay, Gary does have the outer rim speed jockey on that T-47 Airspeeder, which would give him heavy cover. Of course, Veers at Sharpshooter 1's going to reduce it down to light. This has Impact 2, Surge into Crit. So far, we got 4 crits. That seems good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I didn't even give you enough dice because I never suspected 4 crits there.
Sometimes that's just how it rolls.
Yeah, let's see what you can do in defense. 1, so it's going to take 3 damage to start the game. I like that. Good job, Veers. So we put the 3 damage on the Airspeeder. General Veers is done. Gary, your first activation.
We'll go ahead and move these boys forward.
Okay, that will be difficult terrain, just as a reminder.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We will get a little farther, but a little slower maybe.
Really like the rebel officer in there. Makes him feel more veteran.
Definitely. All right, and for range 3, yeah, we can see a few folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go ahead and take a shot at these boys.
All right. All right, we're looking at 5 black here. I do have heavy cover. Gary can see 4 of my 5 scouts here in heavy cover.
See what happens. 1.
Oh wow! I'm gonna block that with the heavy cover.
Yep.
Man, we might have to start over. We've taken our suppression token. As I go to my stack, I have pulled a trooper unit, and that's going to be these guys right over here. What they're going to do is they're going to move to get contact with some terrain and then take a shot. Remembering its hostile environment, I've moved my stormtroopers up against that building so they can take cover, and now I have range 3 to the veterans that just moved up and range 4 to the Mark II blaster back there. I'm going to use the DLT-19 for the blaster, the Mark II, and then just my E11s against that unit, which will have light cover. We're going to start with the E11s, so that's going to be 4 white dice. You have light cover here. Okay. That was not great, but that's okay. We've been doing all right so far. And now against the Mark II, no cover. Well, he is touching that piece of terrain, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so he will have light cover there as well. You're going to cancel one of those, but one will go through.
All right. Give that a try.
And put a wound on him. Good job, Stormtroopers. That's going to complete the turn for these Stormtroopers as we have put a wound on the Mark II and suppression token, nothing on the Rebel veterans. Gary, you have opted to move the Mark II up speed 1.
Yep.
You did not roll off that suppression. And then what's your second action for them?
Second action will be a standby since moving with cumbersome doesn't allow me to fire immediately.
Okay, now they do have Sentinel, so anything that moves within line of sight of range 3 of that Mark II will be enough to set that off. So I'm going to go to my stack. And I have pulled a Special Forces. I only got 3 of them, and I think it's going to be this one right here. Let's see if we go ahead and roll off this suppression. We do not. That's fine by us. We're going to go ahead and try to move them out of the way of that Mark II before he can see us and take a second action. So we've taken our speed to move up against the building. Gary can see this guy's weapon with his Mark II. He's opted not to use his standby on principle, and they're in pretty good cover there. So he's going to save it for right now, choosing not to shoot the weapon. For the second action, they've gone ahead and tossed a bomb out there into the middle, and that's going to complete their turn as we go back to you, Gary.
All right. Let's go ahead and pull from the bag.
It's always exciting.
Trooper.
All right.
So let's go ahead and send these boys on a walk.
Okay. They got one job.
One job. And they do it, though.
Speeder bikes have a lot of speed, so it is possible for them to maybe harass them.
Yeah. We're going to move out slightly because we want to be able to see when someone comes by.
Makes sense to me. Second action?
Second action will be a standby.
Okay. As I go to my stack, I have pulled another Special Forces unit. Okay, that's going to be these boys in the back, and they're going to take a move and then toss a bomb of their own. All right, my two boys have moved up. I'm hiding one behind the stairs there. They have tossed a bomb right within range one, wholly within range one of my unit leader in line of sight, and they're going to go ahead and end their turn. Back to you, sir.
All right, let's pull from the pile again.
Here comes the T-47.
Time to have some fun.
Piper's into it back there, you can see. Very modest. All right, we're going to let you go ahead and move that, and we'll come back. Gary, you've opted to take a double move, followed by a dodge token. These stormtroopers are just out of line of sight, and these stormtroopers are out of range 3, so everyone's safe on the Imperial side for the time being. As we go to my stack, we have pulled a trooper unit. And I think that trooper unit is going to be, these guys are right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a move with them. And I won't quite be able to get in contact with that piece of terrain this turn. But we do have plans for them. Of course, this shack will be awesome cover for the 1.4 laser cannon that's about to get us. As we take a look at line of sight, we're going to be shooting at your Mark II with the DLT-19. Okay. Gary has heavy cover at this point, but we're going to try to knock that standby off of him. We're also going to be shooting the E-11s at the veteran squad that we did no damage to last time, but we're going to start with the DLT-19 at the Mark II. So 2 hits, heavy cover. He'll just take a suppression, but we'll knock the standby off of him. And then we got 4 E-11 blasters going at that veteran squad with the dodge token and light cover. This time they get 2. Cover's going to cancel 1. Would you like to use that dodge token to cancel the second?
I would like to use the dodge to cancel.
Makes sense to me. All right, back to you. It's going to end the turn for the stormtroopers as now those rebel veterans have heavy cover as the E-11's not doing much, and no additional wounds on the Mark II, but a second suppression token knocks that standby off of them. Over to you, sir.
All right, let's go back to the bag.
Looks like some time. Oh, yeah, of course.
It's going to be time for a cannon.
He's got some shots.
Let's measure that out real quick.
Okay. A mere range 5.
See what we have. We do have line of sight.
Okay.
We would have covered.
This would be cover 1, of course.
So we'll go here.
All right. 1.4 laser turret is threading the needle with this one. Able to see at least 3 of the guys with no cover, so this is a no cover shot.
Yeah. Since we're not moving, we'll do an aim to start.
Makes sense to me.
And then 5 black.
Okay.
We'll spend that aim.
So far you're looking at 4 hits, because that does search to hit.
Yep.
Make it a full 5. The dice may be turning.
We'll see how that red defense works.
Yeah, we will. Stormtroopers with Stormtrooper armor. I'll lose 3. That's okay. Nice shot. 1.4 is done as we've removed 3 Stormtroopers and taken a suppression over here. As we go to my stack, we have pulled a leader. So first thing we're going to do is check to see if she can inspire anybody. She cannot at this point. So what she's going to do is she's going to go ahead and use Spotter 1 to give these guys a token, an aim token. And then she is going to move out, cognizant of that big old T-47 Airspeeder coming. She's going to move up and around here. And that will end her turn. So we go back to you.
All right. Back to the bag. Less and less to pull from. Trooper.
All right, so it's going to have to be those guys right there.
Yep. So, we're not quite going to get 1 move. Looking for hostile environment, but at this point I think we're okay. We can see our friend there, so we'll move up and take a shot at these guys.
Okay, I think I will have heavy cover this time, as half my unit should be blocked by the building.
That's correct.
But still a lot of firepower coming at me. You going to tap that ion gun at this point, or just run normal?
We're going to run normal.
All right. Okay, so it's going to be 6 black dice against heavy cover. That's pretty good. So I'm going to cancel 1, but 2 are going to go through as criticals. I got 2 guys left. I got 1 guy left. Nice shot. Rebels are done as we've taken a second suppression and did the old switcheroo with the leader in DLT 19 as we go to my stack. And we have pulled Special Forces. That'll be these guys right here. I'm going to go ahead and move them up. And then they are also going to throw a bomb, no doubt. Let's see where they want to move to. Okay, yep, they're going to move right up into here. I'll go ahead, cohere them, and throw a bomb. Scouts have cohered, and they've thrown another bomb out here, or I like to call them tauntaun traps. That's going to end their turn. Gary's going back to his bag.
So we can get here. Leia.
All right, here comes the princess.
Let's take a moment on this one.
All right. So we have decisions with the princess. After the rally step, she can inspire 2.
So we'll inspire 1, inspire 2.
Okay.
Then we have take cover. So we'll hand out a dodge and another dodge.
That's at range 1, so you might have to go to the Tauns on that.
Let's see. You would be correct.
You dream, Si. You dream. Now, you could move her first, potentially, but I'll let you think about that one. Getting her into range 1.
Well, we are... Let's take a look. No, she wouldn't be able to move to range 1 without...
Chomping over that fence.
Yep, and we don't want to lose that just in case. So we'll go ahead and dodge up here.
Okay.
Just in case. And...
Her second action?
Her second action will be to dodge herself.
Okay.
Call that done.
She is holding in the rebel center as I go to my stack, and we have pulled a trooper unit. Let's be these guys over here. We're going to move them up and see what we can shoot. Stormtroopers have moved up. They are now within range 3 of those rebel veterans who have Been dodging laser fire all game. Let's have him dodge some more. Of course, we got an aim token to help us out. Gary, you are looking at light cover. I'm looking at 4 white, 2 red. Nice. Wow. I don't need any sort of aim token. As light cover will block 1. That's gonna leave you with 5.
Yep.
That was incredible. My dice are on fire. I don't often say that, but it's true right now.
Coming up against rebels, that can happen.
And you lose all but 1.
Yep.
All right.
Rebel officer survives.
I don't apologize for good dice rolling, but if I did, I'd apologize to you right now, Gary. As we're going to go ahead and flip that token over. They still have their aim token. That's not going to do them any good. As we go back to your side.
Okay. Well, we know that the pocket is going to have the other set of Tauns, so we'll move this set first.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and maximize our move.
They are so fast, so deadly.
And just to see,
Yeah.
move that too far.
Making sure he's staying out of range of the old bombs here. I'll give you
2 instead of a 3. Let's try a 2.
Of course, you can always move them shorter than the full distance of the movement tool.
Which would have to do?
Or you could just let me go ahead and blow up some bombs.
Wouldn't that be nice? Well, this is our first move, so we will take another dodge.
Of course.
Nobody within range to fire at, though, since we can only fire to range 2. Alright, let's go ahead then. We'll move up just to this edge.
Okay.
Which would technically give us a 3rd dodge.
Technically, getting a dodge token is as good as any sort of dodge token. So you are good there. Now they do have the ability to shoot at this point, but no one in range 2?
That's correct.
Okay. So many dodge tokens. As I have pulled some speeder bikes. Which speeder bikes we want to go with? I guess these guys right here, so we're going to go ahead and make some moves with them and then get to shooting. Bikes have opted to double move. The second one was a speed 2, a little bit slower, and now they are going to shoot from here over at the Mark II blaster, who will have heavy cover for a variety of reasons, but hopefully we can push him through, knock him down. 2 red, 2 black, 2 white. For 4 hits so far. I love it. So we're going to spend that aim token, see if we can make some of these white hits do something for me. And we do. So 5 is going to go to 3. That could be mortal damage.
Could be enough. Might not be. Let's see. It's enough.
All right. So these speeders are done, as is the Mark II. Gary, you got one more activation left on your side, I believe, and that is going to be the Tauns. I'll let you go ahead, figure out where you want to move them out to, and come back. Gary, what'd you do?
All right, we moved our Tauns up twice, which gives us 2 dodge. And because they have Relentless, we're going to take a shot at that one lone trooper.
All right, and that sharpshooter one, he's only going to have... We'll check the cover.
Yep.
All right, as we use the laser to measure center from center, I would only have light cover, which you'll reduce to no cover.
And since this is 2 DL44s, we have 4 red.
That seems like a lot.
A little overkill, but...
All right, so 4 becomes 4, as my cover does nothing. We're going to lose a squad of stormtroopers this first. Whoa!
Maybe not. Maybe not.
That's unbelievable. He lives! That's amazing. Alright, as we go to my stack, we have pulled a trooper unit. It's going to be these guys. I did some measuring. I'm within range 4 of your leader over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shoot with the HH-12, and then I'm going to go ahead and recover them after that. See if I can take him out.
Okay.
HH-12 is 3 black. Has impact. That's not going to help me here. I'm really looking for a crit. That would be sweet. Nope, we're just going to get 2 hits, which will be canceled out by your heavy cover.
Just a suppression.
That's not nothing. It's going to end the turn for that squad of stormtroopers as we go to my last token here. It's going to be the bikes. We're going to go ahead and move them up and shoot at some Taun Tauns because we can. We've done a compulsory move up. We're going to take an aim token. So I've given them 2 aims thanks to the Imperial officer earlier, and now they are within range 3 of those Tauns and heavy cover with 2 dodge tokens. So pretty well defended. We'll see if we can't start whittling them down, since you don't want to go into my Taun Taun traps. Alright, so we're double rainbow again. 2 black, 2 white, 2 red. 2 aim tokens to help the cause. So far we've gotten 3 hits. And we're going to go ahead and spend an aim token to reroll 2 dice. There's a crit. Now another aim token. Alright, so with this, heavy cover is going to block 2. You can use a dodge to block a 3rd.
We'll do that.
And then you're looking at 2 crits coming through.
Alright, let's see how this works. 2 wounds.
Pure War Machine keeps rolling. 2 wounds on the Taun Tauns and a suppression token, which will come off as this is the end of the turn. That was the last unit to activate. I think, Gary, it's fair to say that was a brutal turn for the Rebel Alliance.
It was.
You still got some Taun Tauns left, and of course the T-47, so we are far from over, but my luck has been phenomenal so far. So we go to turn 2, we got Imperials crawling all over their home key position. The Rebels have control of the center, but that lone stormtrooper is eyeing it up, and the Rebels have control of that one. So we're going to go ahead, every unit that is touching a piece of terrain can go ahead and take a suppression token off. If you are not touching a piece of terrain, then you're out of luck. And we'll go back with turn 2 cards next.
On my command.
Turn 2 cards. I've gone with Evasive Maneuvers, a 2 pip for General Veers.
It's time to pull out the bombardment.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back with the orders. Gary was lamenting the lack of targets during turn 1 for coordinated bombardment. I think you have plenty of targets at this point, given the order to Leia. I have given the order to the 2 speeder bikes, who both gain dodge tokens. And against the normal rules of the game, I can use those against crits as well. So, where would you like to start?
Well, we'll go ahead and start with our lovely lady here.
Okay, she does have Inspire 2, so we'll want to remember that.
Yep, but they have to be within range
1 to 2.
2. Awesome. Well,
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Spotter and Take Cover are range 1, but Inspire is up to range 2.
okay. Well, we can only inspire 1 per.
You could do 2.
We can do 2 on
Yep,
1.
you can do 2 on 1.
Okay. Definitely want to do that. We will do our take cover again, so we can hand out 2 dodge.
Okay. She can hand those to herself as well if she so chooses.
Well, we will pop 1 up here just in case. Let's go ahead and give 1 to these guys so they have nimble.
Okay. Second action.
Second action will be since everything's going to be range 4 or further, it's just a matter of what she can see. Give me a moment on that one.
Sure. All right, Gary, what do you got for your second action?
Okay, second action, we're going to go ahead and dodge ourselves.
Okay. Making use of that nimble keyword.
Yep. And we're going to change that list.
Sure,
we're
sure.
Coordinated bombardment.
Okay.
2.
Not my Imperial officer.
And she can see these guys, so we'll do 3.
And their low profile does nothing for them. Okay, well done. I say low profile does nothing for them because, of course, Leia has Sharpshooter 2. So, starting out with the lone Imperial Stormtrooper Sergeant over there. We got 2. Oh, you got him.
So then we have our Imperial officer.
Yes. This is expressly against the laws of land warfare.
And this does turn to a crit.
Yep. She will save it, though.
Good.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
And then the scouts.
This is another thing entirely. I'll save 1. So we'll hand out some suppression tokens and take some models off the board. Pretty effective, Leia. We've removed the stormtroopers. My Imperial officer has taken a suppression token, and we've taken 1 guy off of that unit and given them a suppression token. I am going to start with this unit of bikes over here. They're going to make a compulsory move. They're going to aim, and they're going to shoot at those Taun Tauns. Tauns are in heavy cover again, but they are not benefiting from their dodge tokens this time. Let's see what the bikes can do. So far, really good. Nice. As that's just what I've been doing this whole game. Rolling rocks, as Jay Shalansky from the 5th Trooper would say. To make it 6, your heavy cover, of course, takes 2 away. That's going to leave you with 4 to save.
Hoping for the best.
Oh, half of them, but that will defeat 1 Tauntaun. So, low point of interest, I actually moved the wingman up here because where my unit leader was, I could not see that second Taun that was wounded behind the centerpiece there. But this guy on top could. He's allowed to do that. And that allowed me to defeat the wounded Tauntaun, which is what I was going for. So, Gary, back to you, sir.
Out of everything coming out of the bag. And Trooper.
So it's what we got is a rebel officer out there, alone and unafraid. There's a trooper unit back there with a dodge token, and the unit holding that objective back there.
All right, we'll go ahead with our person here.
All right.
Can we trigger?
No, it's a detonate action, so I will have the choice on whether or not to trigger that.
Well,
and since my bikes are right there right now, I am definitely not triggering that at this time. So,
all right. Well, it's at a range 1, so no grenade. But we will go ahead and see if we can see. Goodness. We can see 1 specific scout. So we'll take a shot at him.
That's all you need. Scouts have heavy cover, of course. 1 shot, you do surge to hit. So that's going to hit. I will block it with my cover, but take a second suppression token on those guys. There's my second suppression token on those scouts. As I'm going to go with this unit right here. They're going to do their compulsory move and see where that gets them, but they just want to get away from those bombs. Obviously a little nervous. Difficult decision for me, as the compulsory move did not get me out of range of that bomb on the left there. I'm not going to take a second move. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and take an aim action, and then we're going to shoot up at the 1.4 laser turret. After further surveillance of the battlefield, I'm actually going to go at Leia. The laser cannon right now is higher than my unit leader's head, so you would get heavy cover in addition to the dodge token up there. Leia just has light cover. Of course, you have a dodge token with her, and she is nimble. But if we can take Leia out, that would be a huge coup for the Empire. So with 1 aim token, let's see what we can do. Again, just nothing but awesome rolls for the Empire. So 6 is going to go to 5 with your cover. You'll of course want to dodge 1.
Yes.
That's going to leave you with 4.
All right.
I've never had my bikes perform this well.
Bikes normally perform very well against me, so I'm not surprised by that.
Well, Leia's going to take 3 wounds, but she gets that dodge token back. So that's going to end the turn for the speeder bikes as Leia takes 3 wounds, gains their dodge token back because of nimble. As Gary goes to his bag, he has pulled a trooper unit. So we'll let him go ahead and figure out what he wants to do there. He's got 2 choices, of course. All right, Gary, what have you decided to do?
We're going to go ahead and take an aim for this group here because they have these bikes within range.
Okay.
And we will be tapping the ion trooper this time.
Okay, that's range 1 to 3?
Yes.
All right. This is going to hurt. Of course, my guys have light cover and a dodge token to spend. 2 red, 5 black with an aim token. Let's go ahead and throw that one out there for you. Oh, there we go.
Finally, something's coming around.
Yep.
Let's spin the aim.
All the offense is going really well right now, I will say. I will go ahead and block 1 because of cover. I'll block 1 with my dodge token. I don't have nimble. That's going to leave 5. And it's going to ionize me. So I'm going to take 4 wounds. That was a great shot. So we got a wound on our unit leader and an ion token. You don't see that often in Star Wars Legion, but here it is today. As I go to my stack, I have pulled a trooper unit. We're going to hold off on the HH-12. So I think what we're going to do is, I don't know. We're going to think. And thought I have, and that lone Tauntaun there is too tempting of a target to ignore. So these boys are going to come around. The side here, touching this piece of terrain for me. And then we're going to have a Tauntaun who does not benefit from cover from that suppression token, importantly. And we're going to go ahead and shoot him. This does open me up to the T-47, I'm aware, but again, that Tauntaun, tasty target. Alright, so it's going to be 2 red and 4 white against a Tauntaun in the open for 3. So he's not going down even if you whiff on all these rolls. DLT doing 19, doing work as always.
We'll see what happens.
We'll take 2 wounds. Not dead yet. Importantly, that puts a second suppression on that Tauntaun as the stormtroopers end their turn. Gary's going back to a stack. He's pulled his heavy, the T-47, so we'll let you come over here and do your compulsory move and see where you want to go.
Sounds good.
All right, Gary, your compulsory move is taking you up at speed 3. You are still outside of range 4 of my squad with the HH-12, so you haven't fallen in that ambush yet. What is your first action going to be?
We'll go ahead and dodge first.
Okay, second action.
Take a shot at our officer.
You're shooting a lone Imperial officer with a T-47. Seems excessive.
Sometimes you have to.
3 red, 3 black. I do have cover 1 thanks to the suppression token that she has.
See how it goes.
You do not surge, I'm afraid.
Nope.
But that's still 4. I'm going to cancel 1 due to cover and look at 3 right here. She's going to save 1 and take 2, which are trying to bring her down to half health there at this point. My poor Imperial officer sitting on 2 wounds, 2 suppression. As the T-47 is all done, I'm going to go to my stack, and I have pulled a trooper unit. Maybe these guys right here, Gary. And You're outside of range 3 there. But I think the HH-12 is going to shoot you. You will have light cover. So we're going to shoot, and then we're going to go ahead and recover the HH-12. I'm a big fan of taking activations off the board when you can, and this unit's not doing anything else until that T-47 decides to come a little bit closer. We do have 2 hits. You will cancel 1 because of the light cover from the terrain you're standing in. 1 in 3 chance, my friend.
There's where we hope for luck, and we'll run like a rebel.
You shoot my officers, I shoot your officers. So after they recover their HH-12, they are done. As we go back to Gary.
Let's see what we pull. Trooper.
Okay. Those guys all the way down there. Holding that objective. Hoping those speeder bikes do not run the gauntlet on them.
Well, in that particular case, we will
just give me an idea what the range 3 is going to look like. I don't think there's any way you can hit me this turn. Now, if you're going to move them up there, you would have to make a some sort of roll. Yep.
So let's move everybody down here. And second action will be a standby in case they decide to take a run.
Now, they have already moved, but standby is as good as anything because nothing's going to be able to hit them.
Not at this point.
So we go to my stack again, and we have pulled another trooper unit. I've lost a trooper unit this turn, of course. So it's going to be these guys right here. Let me figure out what I want to do with them. These stormtroopers have moved at speed 2. They are just out of range 3 of the speeder. I don't know if I'd want to shoot it anyway with a dodge and cover 2. But they are going to shoot the DLT-19 at the Taun Tauns. He, of course, has heavy cover, but we'll throw an air suppression token on him, hopefully, at range 4. Never know. Could get lucky, get a crit here. We do not, so you're going to cancel both of those, but you will take a 3rd suppression token on that Taun.
Okay.
And these soldiers are all done, as the Taun is up to 3 suppressions. Gary's going back to his bag.
Not all that left.
It will have to be either the laser turret or some Taun Tauns. Give you a second to think about it.
Yeah.
Gary, what have you decided?
We'll go ahead and fire up our cannon. Now, we do have distance to quite a few. We're going to go against this group here.
Okay, does look to be out in the open. Do have a dodge token going for me. So, think about taking an aim there, or
Yep.
certainly not moving.
Yep.
All right, so 5 black dice again. Speeders are moving, just not moving fast enough, apparently.
Let's see what happens.
3 crits and a regular hit.
Let's spin that aim.
Both of us rolling just crazy on offense. So, cover 1. I'll spend my dodge token, which I had, leaving me with 3. Gotta make one of these, boys. I make 2 of them.
Nice.
We live. That was fortunate. Taking our wound token on the speeder bikes as we go to my stack. We have pulled a leader. A leader, everybody. And I think that's going to be her right here as we pull 2 dice. Let's see if she gets rid of any of this suppression. No. So what she is going to do is she is going to take a move to get in contact with this piece of terrain. Now again, this does not block line of sight for other units. So she's still in danger here, but maybe a little less danger. Nothing for her to inspire at this point, so that's going to be it for her.
So, our singleton.
Okay. Also has 3 suppression on her.
Yep, come back here.
Yep, it's like golf. There was no intent. Doesn't count.
Yep. One comes off.
One comes off. That will limit them to one action, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what you have to do with Taun Tauns.
So, single action will it be enough? And it will.
Yep, so he'll do a reposition, and they'll come up, and he'll knock my speeder. That is one crazy Tauntaun in Tauntaun Rider. Alright, Tauntauns. 2 black and a white. And ram 1 since it went a full speed 3 move.
So we get
So
to
it's
turn
gonna be
1
3.
to a crit.
I'll save 2 again. I already know what the comments are going to say on this video, my friend. It's a second wound on the wingman right there as we go to my stack. It is a Special Forces finally, so that's going to be in this unit right here. They're going to come around the corner to get out of range of that bomb and then hopefully do some blasting. They've moved around the cover now, the building I should say. Now they're going to shoot. Because that is a vehicle, the Tauntaun is not engaged with it, so that's going to open him up to a bunch of black dice coming from the scouts. So many black dice, I had to ask Gary for an extra one.
Finally bought some extras. Enjoy.
All right, thank you. All right, 10 black dice. Surgeon to nothing. You have no cover here, but you do have... Oh, you would have cover because of the repulsor vehicle. Well, you know what? I'm not even sure. Anyways, they are sharpshooter 1, so it's going to take away any cover that you might have had.
Right.
So this will go straight on you. Of course, do have a dodge. I do love my scouts for reasons such as this. Doing 2, 4, 6. You'll want to use that dodge, no doubt.
Yes.
So I'll give that dice back to you. That's going to leave you with 5.
And only 2 health on it.
Yep,
so
you have to save
need lots of
4
paint.
of these.
Lots of paint. Not enough
2,
paint.
not bad, but not good enough. So that'll be the end of that time. He should be commended for his bravery, but he is done as we have finished up with the scouts. The second unit of Tauns, I think is probably next in the bag. It is, yes.
Only thing left in the bag.
Okay. So this is kind of a difficult decision. We'll let you think about it and get you moved, and then we can continue on. So a bit of a complicated move here. Gary has reversed his Tauntauns, which then go at speed 2. We did check the RRG. Creature Troopers can reverse. It reduces your speed by 1. And then he pivoted, charging at speed 3 into my bike, and he is outside of range 1 of the bomb at this point. So he is ready to do some melee damage to my poor speeder bike. You know, it's bad enough that he's ionized. Now he's got Tauntauns nomming on his head.
And a ram 1 from the full move.
He's not going to be real excited.
So, claws and horns.
There's 2 of them, so you're going to roll another set of dice, of course.
Yep. Which gives us ram 2.
Yep. So I'll turn 2 to crits for a total of 4. My cover does nothing in a melee, of course. And I'm already sitting at 1 wound, so I need to make 3 out of these 4. Can he do it? No, he made 2. Not quite enough. Takes the speeder bike off the board. Bike has been removed. As we go down here, we have pulled a unit of these guys, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to have to see if they can roll off their suppression at this point. This is a big one. No. So that's just going to be 1 action. That does change some things. Okay, with their 1 action, I think what they're going to do is they're going to throw out a 3rd bomb right there. Make sure those Tauntauns know that building does not belong to them.
Out of activations.
Okay.
So it's back to you.
Well, all right. As we go over here, boy, you know, I made a play mistake here. I should have waited to activate that unit until after Veers Could inspire them at Inspire 2. That would have been smart. He will be able to inspire one off of them, which he will go ahead and do. And then what he's going to do is he's going to clamber on down here. That forces him to roll a white dice. He is okay. He knows martial arts after all. And then he's going to take a move action out this way. And so he's going to end up right about there as I pull him back. Left-handedness coming in. So right about there is where he ends up with his 2 actions. As we go to my stack, we're going to pull a Special Forces unit, which is going to be these guys over here, and I'll come around and move them next. These guys have moved up. They've placed another bomb over on this side. I am touching the objective, and that's going to complete their activation. As we move around to my side of the board again, I got one more token. It is, of course, a trooper token, which Gary eliminated earlier on this round. So that's going to be it as we look at the end of turn 2. I had a chance to get some Tauns, and I missed it because I didn't roll off suppression. But bombs all over the Imperial side. Rebels still holding their objective. Looks like it's going to be a classic fight for the middle. As we got a T-47 and some Taun Tauns really tearing up the Imperial center. Round 3 cards, I've gone with Coordinated Fire.
And we're going to try saving some skins.
Alright, so it's going to be me that rolls. I need a shield here. Nope, so you will have priority.
Alright.
Gary, you have priority here. Where have you gone ahead and ordered?
We went with Leia, and since she can hand out 2 additional, we went with Cannon and with our T-47.
Making use of the what's the card that she has? Commanding Presence. I have made this Imperial Officer my nominated commander, which allows me to order here this unit of Stormtroopers and this unit of Stormtroopers back here. So you are up first, my friend.
All right. So let's go ahead and tap Leia.
Okay.
She does not need to inspire anyone currently. She will do take cover at range 2.
Range 1.
I'm sorry, range 1, that's correct.
Yep.
Alright, so that means we're going to have to do just in case up here. And we'll go ahead and do our friends here.
Okay. Second action.
Second action will be a dodge for Miss Leia as well.
Makes sense to me.
Since she's done.
And now you could make use of Save Your Skins to activate another unit if you so choose.
Correct. And that, in this case, will be this particular unit.
Okay.
So, we don't need to turn. So we'll go ahead and do an aim.
Okay.
And we will take a shot at these gentlemen again.
Making this a range 5 gun was like one of the best things FFG has done, and FFG has done a ton of great things for this game.
Definitely.
So, well done,
All
Alex and Luke. I got cover 1.
That's 5 black.
Another 4 hits.
And
Offense has just been on fire for both sides.
spend the aim.
Okay, so I'll block 1 due to cover. You could take out both bikes if I fail to roll any blocks here. Instead, I'll roll 3 blocks. So we'll take out the 1 bike, but it could have been much, much worse. We have removed the bike as Leia and the 1.4 laser turret are done. I'm going to go ahead and activate this unit right here. They're going to take an aim token, and then they're going to shoot up at your speeder.
Okay.
Trying to get through that cover 2 with all these dice. That looks like we're going to be able to do that. So we've gotten 1 crit so far. And I think we need to keep all of those at this point. Use that aim token to reroll 2. Hopefully get in our crit. No. Cover 2 blocks 2. That's when impact 1 kicks in, making you take 2 saves.
All right.
Okay, that is also going to make you hit your resilience level of 5. So we'll roll Max's dice. Thanks, Max. And it's not going to be going as fast. Okay, at the end of their activation, I have measured these guys are within a range 2, so they're going to go there. That's going to complete their activation. Now, you cannot reverse, which you could do that anyway, but you have to take 2 actions to make a single move with the land speeder at this point. But of course, you get your impulsor. Are you going there next?
We're going to start there next.
Okay, so we'll let you go ahead and move some stuff around. I have a feeling he might be able to display some units, so we'll see after you move. The compulsory move does clear my stormtroopers and my officer there, but you still got 2 actions. So what are you going to do at this point, Gary?
We're going to aim and fire at the HH-12 group.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, no cover for these guys, as I think you're up above it.
Mm-hmm. All right. 3 black, 3 red. See what happens.
Continuing with the red hot offense rolls for 5. Seems good. Stormtrooper armor, come on through. We're going to lose 2 guys as we save 3. Excellent. So we've lost 2 stormtroopers and taken a suppression token as I'm going to my next activation, and it's going to be these stormtroopers right here with the aim token. What they're going to do is they're going to work their way around here. In order to shoot at those Tauns, which have been such a big problem for me. We're going to go ahead and check line of sight and then shoot. So we do have everybody in the open. It's going to be 2 red, 4 white with that aim token. First real miss on my side, it seems, since turn 1. See if we can get these E11s working. No, so it's just going to be 2. Having spent that aim token. It does do 2 wounds though, so that's a plus. Tauns have taken their 2 wounds. That's going to finish their turn as they pass the aim token up here to the scouts.
All right, so we have to go from the bag. Troopers. Count these guys here. Let's see if we're going to go range 3. Too far out. Too far out. So we'll just move on up.
Threatening that middle objective as well.
As I keep knocking it over. And since we can get to the officer.
No! Alright, she'll have heavy cover at this point because she does have a suppression token. But that's a lot of black dice coming at her.
Yep.
A lot of black dice being a total of 6. She just graduated the academy, by the way.
Well, then she should know to stay inside of a tank or something.
All right. They do surge
Yes.
to hit. I'll block 2 of them. Dangerous position. I need to make 2 of these 3 saves. I do.
Nice.
I just continue to roll. Really, really hot. My Imperial officer takes her 3rd wound, 1 remaining, and a 2nd suppression as I go to my stack at this point, and I have pulled my bike unit. Okay, time to zip, 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 buddy. So what I wanted to do was just kind of zip down this road and start shooting at those rebel troopers who are the only thing controlling that objective. But that's the only unit that hasn't gone this turn except for the Taun Tauns, and I didn't want to expose myself to that fire. So instead I took a double move, and now I'm in hot pursuit of this T-47. I do have impact 1, but of course I gotta get through that cover, so we'll see if I can do that next. It's gonna be a black, a white, and a red. No. So your cover is going to kick in to cancel these two before my impact kicks in. So nothing there. It was worth a thought.
Definitely.
No damage done over here as Gary goes back into a stack. He has pulled a trooper unit.
So, don't think we're going to get in range of anything at this point. Yeah, range 3 is way out there.
Yeah. Now you do got to remember your back objective there, buddy.
Yep, we're only on round 3 though.
Okay, okay. I like your aggressiveness.
And for the second action, we will do standby.
Okay. As I just remember, as I said something about aggressiveness, that my Imperial officer, who is still alive, does have strict orders, so that's going to allow me to go ahead and activate this unit. And when they do, they can just choose to take off a suppression token, which is going to allow them to aim and then try to take down that T-47. Both strict orders and aggressive tactics have been boons for commanders all across the Star Wars universe. I'm running both cards in this list today. Oh no, well we did get 1 crit. And with Precise 1, I get to reroll 3 dice for the cost of that aim token. And so that's going to go here. Now, of course, you block 2 because of cover, but then my impact for the HH-12 kicks in. This could be the end of the T-47. You need to roll something here. And he gets just enough paint to stay alive. So that's going to end their activation as the HH-12 does its job almost. And they are within range 2 of this unit, and they're going to pass their aim token thanks to coordinated fire.
Final token. And we're going to have to take a moment on this one.
Okay. All right, Gary, they do have 1 suppression on them so far.
Let's see.
And they'll take it off.
Not anymore.
And we've done some measurement off camera. And we've determined with the reposition and everything else, they're going to be able to move around the corner.
Full move.
And get these scouts in trouble.
Catch them in melee.
Yep. All right. So that gives them 2 dodge tokens and everything else. Taun Tauns dangerously fast. 4 black, 2 white.
Alright.
They do surge to hit.
Yep.
So you're looking at 5, and then of course you got your critical. It's even better than critical 1. So that's gonna mean
round 2.
6 here. I'm gonna lose 4 guys, and it's just gonna be the unit leader left. We've removed 4 of my precious scouts as the Taun Tauns have moved up and just ran over them. Now they are finally engaged in melee. I can't shoot them until I withdraw as we go to my stack. If it is them, no, it is not. It is my officer. So that's gonna be her right there. Let's see if she rolls off any of that suppression. No, that's understandable. She's been taking a beating all day. I think what she is going to do with her 1, haha, she's gonna shoot her little blaster pistol up at your T-47.
Okay.
Hope for a crit. This would be the ultimate justice in the universe if with her black and white she managed to take down a T-47. There would be a promotion for her. She'd be a captain. No, she does not. Alright, it's worth a try. As we go back over here, I really need a Special Forces. It's another commander. It's not what we wanted. I wanted them to withdraw in order to shoot there. Okay. So I think Veers is going to have to move up. And he's going to make use of his Spotter 1 ability to give that squad of scouts over here a second aim token. And that's going to be it for Veers. As Gary's out of activations, it's going to be my 3 Special Forces. So the first thing I'm going to do is withdraw this guy. And he's just going to go back into the corner here. And then I can go back to my stack and I'll leave these guys over here. So we're going to move them and see where I can get to. Scouts have moved up aggressively, and now we do have a shot at the Taun Tauns. They get heavy cover from the building there. I will reduce that to light cover thanks to the old Sharpshooter 1. And I'll be shooting with 8 black dice, 2 aim tokens. Gary, of course, has 2 dodge tokens as well. Just got to push a lot of hits through. That's how you do this. Uh-oh, starting out with 2. Might as well just spend both aim tokens right now to reroll a total of 4 dice to make it 5. Heavy cover blocks 2. 2 dodge tokens.
Correct.
Blocks 2, leaving you with just 1. And it will put a wound on him. That's his 3rd. So those scouts are done. As we come back over here, it's going to be my last unit of scouts. And all they're going to do is they're going to tuck back into here. Make sure they're not in danger from any long-range laser cannons. That's going to be it for the turn. Anybody touching terrain can take away 1 suppression token. All the green tokens, of course, come off. You had spent those 2 here already. So that should be it. Get ready for turn 4. Let's see if we can finish this. Turn 4, I've gone with maximum flexibility, chosen Imperial Discipline.
And we're going to go with a push.
Okay, so we'll come back with orders. All right, Gary, your orders have gone.
Went with our T-47 and our set of Tauns.
Okay, with Veers, I've ordered this unit with the HH-12, which allows him to recover. Veers himself, and then this unit of scouts. All 3 of those units have gained surge tokens thanks to aggressive tactics on Veers. So you do have priority at this point. Where are you going to start?
We'll start with the T-47.
Okay, so we'll let you come around here and do some movement. Compulsory movement is done. Your first action?
First action will be a dodge.
Okay.
Second action will be using Arsenal 2.
Okay.
So we can fire into our scouts here.
Okay.
And into the officer with the ground buzzer.
You just won't leave her alone.
No, I won't.
Where would you like to start?
Let's start with the scouts.
Okay.
3 red, 3 black.
Yes. For a total of 4, I am going to make use of my duck and cover to take a suppression token.
Okay.
With low profile, that gives me heavy cover, so that's going to block 2 to start. But I'm going to lose 2. So that hurts. And they're up to 2 suppression. Okay.
The ground buzzer onto the Imperial officer.
That does not surge to hit.
Yep.
And so she does have cover 1 thanks to the suppression token. She lives. She's going to have some stories to tell friends when she gets done with this. 2 scouts lay dead on the road. Imperial officer back up to 2 suppression. Difficult decision for me. I'm going to go to my stack, see what it says. It is a special forces unit. Oh boy, that is like the one thing I did not want. Okay, so it's going to be this guy right here. He's going to aim and shoot at some Tauns. With no cover, if I can just take out, do 1 wound, and I could take out a Taun. There's 1 so far. I'll spend that aim token. See if I can make it 2. I can. It's looking promising.
So far with the way this has been going, probably.
Yes. Ooh. Boy, okay, I didn't want him, but he wanted me, clearly, so that'll work. Good job, buddies. We've put a damper on those Tauns. Gary's going to his stack.
Do we leave the Taun out there as bait? Because they haven't gone, they haven't gone, they haven't gone. Or do we tie them up? Let's tie him up.
And here he comes. Okay. So 2 suppression on him to roll off. I got some dice for you.
Thank you.
Rolls off both of them.
Hey. All right. So
open up some options.
First action. Go for some distance.
Yeah, if you can touch that scout trooper, you'll displace him.
Which
looks like you should be able to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll displace him real quick. And I'll give them another suppression token.
Mm-hmm. Get our dodge for our first move.
Okay.
And second move will be into melee here.
Okay.
So let's see what happens.
These stormtroopers don't have a surge token, so they're on their own with their trusty stormtrooper armor.
All right, we do get Ram from being able to make our full move initially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Not going to need it.
Technically, that would be...
Ooh,
wow.
Stormtrooper armor.
Nice job.
A TK kit coming in handy. All right, Stormtroopers survive, but they, of course, are tied up at this point. As we're going to go to my stack. I've pulled another Special Forces unit. These boys are just going to pass on their turn, Gary.
All right. Then we'll pull from the bag. Leia.
Mm.
All right. No one to inspire currently. Add a dodge. Add a dodge for take cover. And let's go ahead and move her just slightly forward.
Okay.
And that'll be the end of hers.
As we go back to my tokens. I'm going to go with these guys before it gets too late in the day for them. See where I want to take them. Nothing about this turn is going as planned. I've moved my stormtroopers up. They're going to take a shot at Leia, who has light cover. If we can get the princess. Yeah, it seems like it'd be good. Okay, so we do 3 hits. You'll block 1 with light cover. That leaves 2 to go through.
All right.
Both crits.
Let's see what we can do about those.
You'll block 1 and take a suppression. Okay. All right, leaves my boys a little vulnerable, but it was worth it to take a shot at Leia. He's back to his stack, and it is the 1.4 laser cannon, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let you think about what you want to do.
Yeah, we'll take a moment on that.
All right, Gary, you've reached a decision.
Yep. Since we know that we're not moving here, we'll go ahead and take an aim.
Okay.
And our best bet is to try and take these boys out so we can get rid of another activation.
Okay. This thing's been performing all game. I wouldn't mind if it, fluffed a roll here. Okay.
With black, that's a little hard, but with that cover...
Make it 5.
Yep.
I do have low profile on top of my suppression tokens, as you said, so that makes blocking 2 of them. So 3 left. That'll be the squad. Well played.
I can make it.
Scouts are now gone. I still have 1 trigger man back there, thankfully. I'm going to go here because I need to know what happens here. So they're going to aim and shoot at the T-47, who currently has a dodge token and lots of cover. See what we can get through. So it's going to be 3 black, 2 white. You, of course, have a dodge and cover 2. So it's a good start with a crit. We'll use the aim token to reroll 2. So that would be 3 with the HH-12's impact, I believe 2, impact 3. You will, of course, block 2 right off. The question is, do you want to use that dodge at this point? I would imagine so, as you're on your last wound.
Yeah, exactly.
So well played on the dodge there. There's 1 save required to keep the HH-12, not the HH-12, the T-47 alive.
Just need some paint.
Woo! It just rolls over. Well done. It lives as well. Well done. Now the HH-12 is exhausted again, but it was worth it. I needed to figure out whether or not these guys were going to destroy it before I could decide what to do with Veers. So,
all right, Trooper. That'll be these boys here. And let's see what we can do. All right. Let's aim and fire.
Okay. All right, my boys are in the open, Gary. So you're looking at 6 black dice.
Mm-hmm. And we will do the aim on this one.
Got you all set up. So far, 3 hits.
So aim for 2.
4 hits. And in return, I will make 3 blocks.
Nice.
And these red armor saves today. I love it. Take a suppression. So we've taken a suppression and lost a guy there. I'm going to go to Veers. Veers is going to go ahead and aim and fire. Try to get that crit 1, pierce 1 shot on the T-47. Veers, of course, surge into crit, so I need either a crit or a surge here. There's a crit. So that will be the end of the T-47 at pierce 1.
Yep.
As that ends the turn for Veers, I think that's going to leave you with just the rebel troopers left, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So
checking some range. Oh, you continue to push. You would be at range 3 at this point.
So, since we're already there, or do we move forward?
That's a really great question.
Harass the opposite.
And just play for the middle and points at this in this juncture? That's a really good question. All right, we'll give you a minute to think about it.
So this group is going to stay where they're at since they have range. But we will aim and fire at that group.
All right, makes sense to me. Alrighty. Do you have cover 1 here? Looks like you're grabbing some red dice, so you're tapping the ion.
Yes, we are.
All right.
That's the group that hasn't used theirs yet.
Solid offense.
And then on the aim. So 6.
Oof. So I'll go down to 5 after I cancel 1 because of cover. 3 will end up going through, leaving just my unit leader. Alright, he stands alone out there with 2 suppressions. As I go to my stack, I have pulled my speeder bike, so we're going to get him going again. Speeder bike has turned around. He is now at range 3 of Leia. He did 2 moves already, so his third action is going to be to shoot at the princess, who will have heavy cover. So a bit of a long shot, but they've been performing so far. A black, a red, and a white. Oh, nothing at all.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I can't complain. All right, we'll get an error opportunity for that. As we go back to my stack, we have pulled the commander. And she still hasn't rolled off a suppression all game. She really did just graduate the academy, folks. She will inspire 1 off of here, though. And then what she's going to do is... It's turn 4 at this point. She's just going to move up to here so that when her name is called, she can answer. So that's going to be a 1 token left over here. They are going to aim and punch at a Tauntaun. Okay, so 2 black dice, nothing to sneeze at here, especially with an aim token. Instead of Veers taking an aim, he should have spotted and they would have had 2, but I missed that opportunity, so we're going to go with what we got. So far we've done 3. I'll spend the aim token. Stormtroopers still have precise to make it 5. Now you can dodge 2. You have to make at least 1 of these, it looks like.
Yep. Otherwise, he's a goner.
Goner. Goner.
We'll make all 3.
Woo! Okay, that should be the end of turn 4. So we'll take a suppression token for everyone that's touching terrain. And of course, all green tokens go away. Tight game. The heavy hitters for the Rebels have been hitting pretty hard. So we'll see if the Empire has enough. They had a strong start. Let's see if they can close this game up.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Turn 5, and the Empire's gone with ambush.
Well, we're going to try some covering fire.
Okay, priority to the Empire. The Empire's gone ahead and ordered the Stormtroopers back here. And they've gained a surge token as the order came from Veers. Over here on the Rebel side, we got orders to both the core units. With priority, the Empire is going to go here and take an aim token, and then try to punch this Tauntaun again. Not have to go through all those dodges this time. 5 black dice for the Stormtroopers. Let's hit them with our gauntlets this time, boys. 2. Now, precise 1 does work in close combat as well. So we'll roll 3 dice here for 3 more.
Wow.
There we go. No dodges to protect your Tauntaun this time, Gary.
Well, we're going to need a whole lot of paint. At least 3 or he's done.
Well, you rolled 3 last time, so it's possible.
Yeah! Rolled him this time.
Oh, no. All right, well played. That Tauntaun refuses to die. All right, you have some choices over here. You got 2 face-up order tokens, or you can go to your bag.
We're going to go with a face-up.
Okay.
We will go with these gentlemen here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll point out.
Yes, we do. All right. So what we will do is we will round 5. We will aim.
Okay.
And we will fire at this individual.
Okay. 6 black dice. 5 and 6 for you right there.
Thank you.
I do have light cover thanks to the suppression token. And you've gotten 3 hits so far, including 2 crits. Rerolling 2 dice.
No
Okay,
good.
so 2 are going to go through. It was a mistake to move that stormtrooper out that early. And he is now dead, and his squad's dead, all because of bad decisions on the general's part. All right, we've removed the stormtrooper. As we go to my stack, we have pulled an officer. Okay, that will be Veers. And Veers is going to try to come in here to do what his men could not. Punch down a Tauntaun. Veers, of course, does have combat expertise for 2 black dice. It's not great, but it could work. It could work. All right, Herr General. Let's get some hits. 1 hit, Gary. 1 hit.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
This time.
No. What must I do to kill this Tauntaun? Over to you.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll activate our troopers here.
Okay, now when these guys shot, was anybody within range 2? Does not look like, so covering fire did not play effect there.
Right. So let's bring them forward. And we're going to take a shot at our...
Okay, I think you're going to have to cohere some of these guys out if you want to get to see her. So we'll check that and make sure we're good. All right, so we've cohered them to get all 6 at this point.
Okay.
Yep.
So 6 black. No
I'll have light cover. For 4, right?
That is 4.
So I'll go down to 3. This might be her end. It is.
Ooh.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Down in a blaze of glory.
All right, I see victory being torn away from me. So I got my speeder bike. We're going to go ahead and see what we can do with him. Speeder bike has conducted a triple move in order to threaten the rebels' rear objective. So we go back to you, Gary.
All right. Out of the bag. Leia. All right. Let's see what we can do.
You want a minute here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Gary, you've moved Leia up, I see. I was trying to avoid her range 2 pistol. I was unable to. He is just within range right there. I assume you're going to be shooting next.
Yes.
Okay. You, of course, get to knock out my cover 1 with your sharpshooter 2.
Yep. 2 red.
Whoa, should be 3 black.
3 black. You are correct.
Yeah.
She is defensive. That's correct.
She's no Han Solo.
Hoping for that DL-44, not the sporting blaster. All right.
2 at Pierce 1. That might be the end of this guy. He has 1 wound left, but he's still got that 1.4 to go. That hurts a lot. 2 wounds taken on the bike as we go back to my stack. It is going to be a trooper. It's gonna have to be these guys right here. We're gonna take some measurements and see if anything helps us out here. Okay, after some thought and deliberation, what I decided to do, Gary, is take a recover action and then a standby token.
Okay.
If you decide to break out with your Tauntaun, I might be able to do something.
Good idea.
So you are now with the laser cannon, I assume.
Either cannon or Taun. We'll figure out which
Oh, there's
one it
still
is.
the Taun left. That's right. We'll just talk about that.
The nice part is, they're both the same symbol.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll definitely go here.
Okay.
Alright, so let's do our pivot. Not quite a full 90, which allows us to keep distance. And we will take a shot at him.
All right. Speeder looking at cover 1 at this point.
Yeah, gotta get this speeder going. Question.
Yep.
Pivot is first action,
Uh-huh.
so second action is firing.
Yep.
There is no chance for an aim.
Nope.
Alright, just wanted to re-verify that.
4 hits. You've not done well with that so far. He needs to make all 3. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. This game has been nuts. All right. That was unexpected. So he lives. Let's see if he can continue to live. As we go to my stack, and we have pulled a trooper unit. They are no longer with us. So we'll try that again. This time we pull a special forces unit. It might as well be this one right here. So what we're going to do with him is kind of like what we don't want to happen here. See, here's my dilemma. I can't threaten to take that objective away from you. The best I can do is hope for that guy right there to tie that objective with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to move him down to here. And then he's going to be done.
Okay.
Bring on your Taun, sir. Bring on your Taun.
All right.
No suppression, so he is just going to be in combat, eh?
Yep.
Okay. Who are you combating?
Let's see. Let's go ahead and go against...
Stormtroopers do have a surge token. Veers does not.
Veers has
6 health.
6 health, but he also has a red
Veers has 5 health, sorry. Yep, and a red defense
and
dice.
a red defense.
I guess the Stormtroopers would make sense, because if you knock them out, there's less punches coming at you.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Because Veers, I'm not going to be able to put enough damage on.
Yep.
So,
3 crits. See if we use that surge token. Don't need to, as I roll 3 saves.
nice.
Everyone's okay over here as I go to my stack. I've pulled a leader. She did so well. And then these guys are just going to pass again.
Okay.
All right, so at the end of turn 5, the rebels have taken the center objective. The lone hope now for the Imperials is that speeder bike zip and pass. So we'll see if he can make it or not as we go to turn 6. Gary, I got a 5-point bid in this list. 5 points would have bought me a long-range comlink, which would have come in really handy as I played pin down to get an order on that bike way over there.
Well, we're
And
going to
it
go
wouldn't
ahead.
have mattered because you had ambush.
We're going to run the ambush.
All right. Gary, you have issued your order.
Going to our cannon.
Okay, I've issued one to Herr General Veers, who gets a search token as well. So, beginning with you with priority, I can only guess what you're going to do at this point.
Yeah, we're going to aim and try to get rid of that bike.
Okay. This is the same bike that made 3 saves on the last one, so...
Which is why we're taking the aim, because we're hoping for more.
Cover 1 still in effect. That's why I rolled 3 dice last time, of course.
Yep. Here we go.
3 hits so far.
Spend our aim.
4 is going to go down to 3. Now, I've done this once before, not too long ago. That's the exact
this
opposite. Okay, good play. Speeder bike has been defeated. I'm going to go with Veers.
Okay.
Veers going to go ahead and spotter. He's going to take an aim token for himself. He's going to give an aim token to his buddies. Gary, you're hoarding all the aim tokens over there. Rebels don't aim.
Apologize.
It's all right. And I'm going to punch the Taun Town again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I did have a lot of them.
2 black dice. And you got 17 standbys. When are you ever going to use 17 standbys? All right, 2 black dice for Veers. That's going to be 2 hits, and I haven't used the aim token. I'm going to say good night to the Taun Town.
All right, let's see if it does.
All right.
Yep.
So let's get in Veers' activation as we go back to Gary looking in his stack. He has pulled the Tauntaun. Sorry to say, Tauntaun is no longer with us.
That's all right.
He did his job.
That he did. Kept things tied up as long as possible. All right. We're going to use it on these gentlemen here
Okay.
and lady.
Double move back to your objective.
Yes, sir.
You're good.
That is our best option.
Yeah. All right. So while Gary is moving back to his objective, I'm going to go to my stack. And I pulled a Special Forces unit. It's going to be that guy right here. Okay. And at this point, you got your range 4 band.
I do.
Okay, yep. So at this point, we're going to double move with my sniper. He's not a sniper at all. He's a scout trooper. 1. And so, what he's going to do is he's going to tuck into this side right here.
All right.
Just like so. And he will be done.
All right. Next will be Trooper. That'll be these boys here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Now I'm the one moving the objective. Two won't work. What about a 1? That will work. But 2 is going to pull them too far out
Yeah.
to do any good there.
Scout is well positioned.
Yes, he is.
Give you a second to think about this one.
Yeah.
All right. You've gone and decided for the kill, I believe.
Yes. Since this may come down to points, we're going to do what we can.
They have frag grenades, which is what you're banking on right now.
Yes.
Okay. 6 frag grenades. You are not touching the objective anymore, it's important to note.
Right.
But
I have 1 that's touching, but only the leader counts for key position.
if you kill him, it might not matter. Okay. All right, 6 frag grenades coming in. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to definitely be using the duck and cover to give me heavy cover. He rolls 6 rocks. Oh no. So I got to make 4 saves here.
Possible.
That would be huge. No. So he is dead. Well played. Scout Trooper is gone. As I go to my stack, I have pulled a Trooper unit. This is going to be my last ditch effort. Try to kill Leia and maybe tie on objectives and see where we go. Squad has moved up with their aim token. They're going to use the DLT-19 to shoot at Leia, who will have light cover, and then the E-11s are going into the squad just in case. All right, we're going to fire the DLT-19 at Leia to start this party. She's got 6 wounds, so I got to do 2 points of damage to her. I've gotten 2 hits so far. I'll re-roll those for some crits.
Okay.
No, so it just takes a suppression. That didn't pay off. And then 4 E-11s at your squad of Rebel Troopers. And that's good for 2 hits.
All right. Try to keep them full squad here. Nope, 2 go away.
Okay. So that's going to end the activation for those Stormtroopers as we go to what must be Leia.
Yes.
She has 1 suppression.
So let's try to roll that away. Nope.
Okay. Now at the double move, unless Gary does something extremely foolish here.
And second move.
Okay. I think with that, my friend, this is going to cap what has probably been the most epic comeback on the War Corgi YouTube channel. Gary's going to win this one with 2 objectives to my 1. Let's come back and talk about it, but great game.
Great job.
Thank you very much for coming over and giving me the heck of a run here. Welcome back to the War Corgi YouTube channel, and welcome to Gary. First time on the channel. It's always a pleasure to play you. Beautifully painted miniatures, thematic list, great games, and today was no exception.
Yes, definitely.
So why don't you take us through your list?
Well, the general idea with mine was knowing that Taun Tauns can be interesting. I really wouldn't call them overpowered. They just tend to do a lot of interesting things, which Rebels don't normally get to do. So it's kind of nice to have something that has a little bit of action, a little bit of movement, and a little bit of jank, if you really want to call it that.
I'll call it jank right here, right now.
But combining that with the T-47 was really the point of this list, to try to be able to get some heavy power in there with the T-47 and support some action, tie some things up with the Taun Tauns if I could.
And then you anchored that all with a 1.4 laser cannon in Leia, which I think you fought your battle plan perfectly. Those things happened just as you wanted them to. The Taun Tauns came in and they caused me all kinds of troubles. I will say my saboteurs managed to make them go ways they might not have otherwise wanted to go. And so my saboteurs did well there. Even though we didn't blow up a single bomb, they did deny areas to you. And eventually the Taun Tauns went down. Eventually the T-47 went down. But by that time, you had tied up so many units too far away from that center objective to allow me to win. So I went with a nice thematic list. I really like Veers and an Imperial officer together. Now that we got the new cards of aggressive tactics and strict orders, you can put one of those on each of them to get really interesting. Stormtroopers are always great. I love the Scout Troopers. If you watched the channel before, I love the models. I love them watching Return of the Jedi growing up. And I think they perform very well. And then lastly, we had the speeder bikes. And I didn't know this about you, but apparently speeder bikes are your bane.
Oh, they kill me all the time.
Yeah.
When I first started out, the core set had very little to go with it. And so obviously you're running against bikes all the time, and they would just wipe me out every time. It was crazy.
They're still good.
Oh, they're still wonderful.
And they got a point reduction. They did a lot of work early on in the game. You did get ionized one of them, which is always cool. I love the ion mechanic. And you eventually whittled them down with Leia playing a critical role towards the end there, getting just within range 2 and putting 2 wounds on that last biker who was making a run towards your last objective in the back. So
yeah, that was the one thing I didn't expect, that it was going to be whether that was going to make an issue or not at the end. Turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, bikes with their speed 3 move, and you can move them 3 times. They can really cover some ground, especially late game. But the bikes perform very well. I think I was really rolling at the start of this game. I felt like I was going to roll on to victory without too much issue. And then sometime around rounds 3 or 4, it started to get really interesting.
Yeah, once I saw that the Imperials were basically starting to take things out, I started to play a little less aggressively with the troopers and with Leia, thinking that its key positions, the last round is the only one that really matters. So it made more sense to take the dodges, keep passing out dodges, wait my turn, and wait for avenues of attack to open up. And once that did, it was just a matter of rolling the dice.
Yep, and I probably started my move towards that center objective a little too early, especially that big stormtrooper unit comes to mind. That just got taken apart between the 1.4 laser cannon and the 2 squads of rebel troopers.
Yeah, once it was out in the middle of the road, that was just a matter of getting the 1 trooper unit that wasn't really going to do anything.
Yeah.
Just get it moved up far enough to contribute and then pull it back in at the end.
Yeah, and I realized too late with my 2-man saboteur unit that I should have started moving them up once it became clear that Taun Tauns were going to hold up 2 or 3 units in my backfield. I should have made them make a move at that point to see if I could start throwing some bombs towards that center objective.
Yeah, because they could have actually come around and possibly even made things more interesting.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, I decided they were going to be my key position secure for the one on my half of the board, and I should have come off of that sometime, but I never did. But I thought, you did a great job of sticking in there with some bad rolls to start. I mean, Veers getting, 4 crits in that first roll was amazing. And overall, just a really good game.
Yeah, I think that's one thing, especially when we play against each other, is that there never really seems to be a blowout.
No.
It always seems to be very close up until the end, even if we're doing vaporators, what's the other, the messaging?
Intercept transmissions.
Thank you. Yeah. And key positions is one that I don't play often, so to actually be able to win one is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I haven't won key positions yet.
Well, now you have.
Now I have.
So let's segue real quick, because I think that pretty much covers the game, to the new format FFG has released, which is skirmish, kind of 500 points. You had a chance to play that yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Looking forward to it, though.
Are you? I'm not hugely excited about it.
I think it'll be interesting because I think a lot of people were looking for kill team. They wanted very small groups where each individual model made a lot more contribution.
Yeah.
I think the idea of a skirmish is just to limit that time. And the only way to limit time really is to bring the points down. There's a lot of questions about whether clones are going to be overpowered because they're so elite. And in a smaller area with smaller point groups.
So what I love about it is it makes Star Wars Legion a whole lot more accessible for people wanting to get into the game. A 500-point army is essentially a core set plus a unit.
That's not bad.
And that's awesome. And the 3x3 table is going to help get people in the game as well. What I don't like about it is I think the game is balanced for 800 points. And when you go down to 500 points, it gets a lot easier to skew your list to come up with some really unbalanced things. I don't know that to be a fact yet, but I think that's going to be an issue. Like, you can bring ATST in it. That's going to cause problems. Yeah. Any sort of lightsaber wielder is going to cause problems. So I think there's going to be some units which are going to be, in lists specifically, which are going to be hard to fight against. Yeah. So I'm not excited about that. The other thing that, just as I grow older as a gamer, maybe wiser, maybe not, is I'm more aware of dice variance and how it impacts the game. What's nice about an 800-point game is you can have a couple of rounds where the dice go against you, like you did this today, and you can recover. Because over the course of a game, you're throwing a lot of dice. So eventually they tend to even out, and you have a Taun Tauns, make a bunch of saves at the end or whatnot. If you're playing a 500-point game, that might not ever have the opportunity to happen, because once you start getting dice variance against you early on, there might not be a way to recover.
You don't have the numbers to recover with.
That's one of the things I really disliked about Kill Team, is like, if your opponent is hot, since you're only throwing 10 dice per round, the variance can really stick it to you, more so than a bigger game. So that's the reasons I'm not excited about the 500-point mode. I think I want to try it for the channel. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos showing it as a format, and I think it's interesting, especially for new players, so it's going to be worthwhile doing. But as far as replacing the 800-point game, to me, the 800-point game is perfect as it is.
Yeah.
It is fulfilling all of my hobbying wants and desires, and that's where I'm going to stick at if I can.
Well, we still have talked about doing a 1600, which we haven't done.
No, I haven't talked about that.
At the game store, we've talked about it. I don't know if you've talked about it.
You keep me out of that discussion.
Well, we've considered it, but we do understand it's a full day.
Yeah.
And that may still be slightly unbalanced. Because, like you said, it is really designed around 800 points.
Yeah. I've played a 1,200-point game before, and I love the two guys I was playing with. I played with Michael and Simon over in Germany. I think it's episode 2 or 3 on the Workorgi YouTube channel. And it was a fun game, but there's so many things going on there that I think Legion is not a game that scales up or down that well, and it will take a long time to play. So I've never been like an apocalypse guy for Warhammer 40K or anything like would take all day. I like the mental challenge of war games. I love the hobby part of it, and I think all of that is met at 800 points for me. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah.
You got that sweet spot. Exactly where you want it.
So, last thing I'm going to mention, before I let you mention any last things that you have, is that we do have a Patreon page right now. I do have a Patreon supporter. So if you're interested in supporting Star Wars Legion content on YouTube, that would be the place to go. So you saw a button at the beginning of the video. You can also check out the link below in the comment section if you want to become a patron. So thank you for my patron. I do really appreciate it as my dog sheds all over me. And it does allow me to get things like lights in here and whatnot. So I do appreciate it. Anything else that you got?
Nothing I can think of.
Okay, I think next time you come over, you had mentioned that you want to play Imperial. So what we'll do is we'll do a dress-up contest. Whoever has the better costume can be the Imperials. So get to work, because I already got most of my costume done.
Yeah, about that. You do know that I'm a member of the 501st Legion.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm not worried, because I've been to Disney World. So stay tuned for that one, folks, because it's going to come before you know it.
It's going to be good.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure if you haven't liked and subscribed, you do that now. And we'll catch you next time on the Warkorgi YouTube Network.